Hello, dear beginners. Today I'm gonna explain you the blues chords and also the 3 steps of the blues chords, like the tonic, the subdominant and the dominant, also known as the 1, the 4 and the 5. Let's go for the blues chords first, and we do it on C as an easy way to show things. If you see the chord sign C7, it's this chord. And my aim in this video is to tell you how you can find a 7 chord also on other roots, other notes like the A7 and the F7. I show you this by explaining you the structure of the C7 chord. Because if you just learn the C7 by the notes, C, E, G and B flat, you know nothing about how you do it on the B flat. So learning by the structure is much better than just learning by the notes. It takes a couple of more minutes learning in the beginning, but then you're much more flexible. Okay, let's see about the structure. You know that this is the C major chord, right? And let's have a look at the structure of the C major chord first. It consists of 3 notes, the root, then the major third and a minor third from here. What is a major third? A major third, the structure, is described as 4 halftone steps. 1 halftone step is from here to here. The next one is from here to here. The next one from here to here, and from here to here. Beginners, very often, I know this from teaching here, I say play 4 halftone steps from C, and they do 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're putting your foot down and you put it again down, you haven't made a step. You just tapped your feet. So from here the steps go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a major third. Then we go from here 3 halftone steps. 1, 2, 3. It does not matter that there's no black key in between. It's still a halftone step. So we have the major third and the minor third consisting of 4 halftone steps, 3 halftone steps. Now let's look at the 7. The 7, also known as the minor 7, is from G, is again 3 halftone steps. 1, 2, 3. So we have a major third, a minor third, and another minor third. That is the C7 chord. Now let's do it for the F7 chord and pretend you don't know the notes. We construct it. Is it construct or construe? I don't know, and it doesn't matter. So we have the F, the root. We go 4 halftone steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have the major third. Then we go from here 1, 2, 3, and we have the minor third from the major third, this distance. Together it's the F major triad. Then we go from this one another 3 halftone steps, 1, 2, 3, and without knowing any of those notes before, just by constructing them, the chord, we have F7. Let's do it for G7. Again, you don't know anything about it, just the root. You know that G is here. That's the only thing you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, 1, 2, 3, we have the G major chord. From here, 1, 2, 3, we have the minor 7. It's G7. Now we have the 3 chords we need for a blues in C. The C7, the F7, and the G7. Let's see if now with this knowledge you can do something really absurd. Like let's say playing a blues on A flat. Okay? You should now, of course every student is now getting a heart failure just from thinking of a blues in A flat. But knowing this, it's actually very easy, because the rules are global rules. The root is A flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the major third. It's really just counting. From here, 1, 2, 3 is the third note. A major chord. Now we go from the third note, another 3 halftone steps. 1, 2, 3. We have the A7. And so on. You can do this from every root now. That is perfect for you. Let's have a look now at the steps. Like this is called the 1 in musician's language. In classical, this is called the tonic. I believe that musicians don't call it tonic because they tonic reserve the expression tonic for gin tonic, and so they don't mix up things. So they just call it the 1. And we can, for example, now get the dominant, which is also called the 5 from C. And there is a help for that. If you take the C major chord, which note is dominant to your ear, you believe? In any construction of notes, like or, the highest note is to the ear the dominant note. That's why the singer should be the highest voice. It wouldn't make sense if the singer has a voice that is below the bass. You wouldn't hear it. So, and that means the third note in the major chord is the dominant note. And this we call the dominant. That's how easy you can find it. It's the third note in the C major chord, the dominant note. In this case, it's G. G7 we just did, it's this chord. Now we have the term subdominant or 4. Sub is a Greek syllable and means below, just like in sub bass, it's below the regular normal bass, or subterranean, it's below the ground level floor. And well, you get it. So the subdominant is 1 whole tone step or 2 half tone steps below the dominant, always. So when we go back to A major chord, we just learned, this is the third note, is the dominant note, so we have the dominant already. Now we go 2 half tone steps down, or 1 whole tone step, and this we know it's the dominant, it's the subdominant. So the blues chords in A flat would actually be A7, then the dominant. You could do this with counting meanwhile, and the subdominant. Then so don't worry, it's very, very rare. I just want to show you that you could, just with this structural knowledge of the whole thing. Now I would suggest you do this for 4 or 5 notes of the 12 we have as a practice. Now you have these, the blues chords, like this one. And you think, well, you play the blues scale now, and you think there's something missing. The bass. The bass is for the stomach. The bass is for the heart. We need bass. And you will try to take this 7th chord, and just move it down, that you have bass. And that's gonna be a dramatic failure. Cause listen to this. It sounds like a light earthquake, like a bowl of mud, like I don't know, you name it. Like it's nothing. It's just mud. So you cannot just move these chords down in order to have bass. And now, if you look at left-hand accompaniments, they don't have it. And now you know the reason. They are something like this. This the C. Because the fifth is the first note and fifth note in the scale. That sounds still good, quite deep, even here. You see? But the third, the closer the interval, the smaller the interval is, the less we can just move at random down in the bass. So if you know this chord, you still don't know what to know playing the bass. But I can give you a couple of examples, and you know them. It's basically the typical blues accompaniments. They avoid this, like they don't play it at the same time, or they don't play all these notes. We know this, and they don't hit it at the same time, and then it's fine. You might, though, recognize, if you don't want to learn a hard left-hand voice, that if you take just the 7 down, like C and the minor 7 to F, that still works. And these are also, you feel, in really ancient blues. This is a lot done. It sounds also a bit scruffy because it's not a full chord. But we play the missing notes, we play anyway in the right hand, like if it's in F now. And then it doesn't sound so scruffy anymore. So this is a good voicing. A voicing means how we play a chord. Like this is one voicing of C major, but this is another voicing. It's an inversion. So the voicing is how we put the voices of the chords together. So if you move down, you can go a lot deeper just with the 7. And you just look at the great old piano masters in blues. It's a very well-known thing to do, also if you accompany. And see? See? Or you dissolve the chord and then anything is fine. I just want to explain you why that is. Like. And then, of course, it's a matter of taste. If you take Dr. John, for example, he is very ruthless. He just plays anything, like he would probably even still do this. But this is a trademark that he does this. And also a digital piano is deceiving. It sounds cleaner than a real piano because it has less overtones. So just try this, which sounds still good here, on your old piano that is maybe even slightly out of tune. That just doesn't work. But even I, for some reasons, if I try something really new or difficult, I play fourths either here or and it is also fine as long as you don't play them here. I mean, this is still, you still see me on videos, and it's not just for students. I like it also here. It's fine. We have a little bit of bass and it sounds intimate. We don't always have to have like, this is a quite intimate voicing. This is not bad. It's not beginner's piano. It's not to show off, but it can be tasteful. Have a nice Sunday. It's Sunday here, and so it will be in your town, on your place where you live. It was a pleasure. Come back again, and hope you learned something today. Wherever you are, bye-bye. I hope you liked my video and that you learned something. And now you can subscribe. Just press this subscribe button or click on another of my videos on this side. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.